Michigan Football Report, back with another week of Michigan football, true or false. 10 questions this week. Want to know from you guys, true or false, will Michigan have 2 1,000-yard rushers in the 2018 season? I am going false on this one, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at the reason why. Michigan has only had 2 times in school history they've ever had 2,000-yard rushers in one season. Most recently, in 2011, Fitz Toussaint and the quarterback, Denard Robinson, led the team in rushing. So I am saying false. We're going to play this game, 10 questions. Type 1 for true on this one in the comments, Facebook Live and YouTube. Type 2 for false. Will Michigan have 2,000-yard rushers? I am saying false. On to the next one, number 2. Will a true freshman be in the starting lineup for Michigan football this fall? Not game 1 necessarily, but anytime throughout the season. I'm going to say true in this one. It usually happens every year, certainly happened in the last few years, and the man I think is going to be the person is Jalen Mayfield, likely at right tackle. So I want to know from you guys, type 1 for true, 2 for false. I think Mayfield he's definitely being prepped. Ed Warner really likes him, and I've been told by someone who knows him that he is coming into campus thinking that he has the opportunity to start at some point this year. 1 for true, 2 for false. I'm saying Jalen Mayfield is the guy. True or false, number 3, will Quinn Nordin lead the Big Ten in field goals made again this season, 2018, like he did last year? I am saying false on this one, and not because Quinn Nordin isn't a good field goal kicker, but I think the addition of Shea Patterson, the maturity of the wide receiving core, and the addition of Warner and McElwain give the offense a lot more star power, a lot better opportunity to put the ball in the end zone. So you guys tell me, type 1 for true, type 2 for false on Michigan's kicker Quinn Nordin leading the Big Ten in field goals made again in 2018. On to number 4. Will a Michigan player win a major award in 2018? All right, so Michigan has had a lot of players win major awards. Even the recent year, 2016, we had Jake Butt, Jabril Peppers won multiple awards between the two of them. David Molk back in 2011, Lamar Woodley prior to that, and this is not something new for Michigan. They often feature their best players, put them in the position to win these awards. So I want to know from you guys, will a Michigan football player win a major award in 2018? I am saying true. Want to know from you guys, 1 for true, 2 for false. I've got Devin Bush win the Butkus Award as best linebacker and the Nagurski as best defensive player in America. Type 1 if you agree with me. Type 2 if you think it's false, it won't happen. All right, true or false, number 5. Will Shea Patterson be a Heisman finalist? Well, Jim Harbaugh has had a couple Heisman finalists. He's had a quarterback, he's had a running back at Stanford be a Heisman finalist. Number 2 in the Heisman, to be more specific. So I think there's a chance, but I think the Shea Patterson hype train has officially gone off the rails. I'm saying false on this one. I think Shea's going to have a nice season, but to be a Heisman Trophy finalist these days, you've got to put up 40-plus touchdowns, be 11-0, 12-1. So want to know from you guys, type 1 for true, 2 for false, meant of course 11-1, 12-0, not the opposite of that. So I'm going to say no in this one, but I still think he's going to have a really good season. On to the next one, true or false, number 6. Will Michigan play in the highest rated TV game of the regular season? Well, that's a tough one. It's tough to say what's going to happen with this one, but I'm going to say true because I think Michigan and Ohio State both have a chance to go into that game in November, the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, as undefeated teams ranked in the top 2, 3, 4 in the country. I think that will be the highest rated TV game of the season. If you see the answer, 1 if you agree with me, type true if you think that will be false. On to true or false, number 7. Will Michigan go undefeated in the Big House in 2018? It's only happened a few times in recent history. We look at 2016, we look at some other years. Brady Hoke actually started 14-0 as Michigan's head coach at the Big House. So recently, 2016, they went 8-0 at home, lost those 2 road games, Iowa and Michigan State. So on this one, I'm going to say true because all the big games are on the road. They've got Wisconsin and Penn State as the big games at home. Want to know from you guys, as always, 1 for true, 2 for false. I think Michigan has a very good chance of going undefeated this year. Will Michigan end their long 10-year losing streak versus ranked opponents on the road? They've got 3 huge ones this year, 3 at least: Notre Dame, Michigan State, Ohio State. Also have Northwestern, who will likely be ranked certainly in the preseason, who knows when Michigan actually plays them. But I am going to say true in this one. They're going to kill a 10-year Demons on September 1st in Notre Dame. They're going to beat the Fighting Irish. Want to know from you guys, will Michigan go 0-3 in these Big Three road games against ranked opponents? Ladies and gentlemen, it has been 10 years since they have won a ranked a road game a game on the road against a ranked opponent. I cannot believe I'm even saying that. Next, true or false coming up. Will Michigan have the most first team all Big Ten selections in 2018 of any team in the Big Ten? I am saying true. I believe they will have 8 of the 22 first team all offense defense. I think at least 6 of those will be on defense. You know who the 6 guys are. Go ahead and give me a true with a 1 in the comment section, a false with a 2 in the comment section. I think 6 defensive players on the first team will be the number 2 on offense. One of those who might be Michigan's quarterback, Shea Patterson. Last one, number 10. Will Michigan not give up 30 points in a game this whole season? This has happened before plenty of times. If we go back to recent history, it has happened a number of times. The most recent time it's happened, though, is 1997. Michigan gave up no games where any opponents were over 30 points. If you look at it, the 90s were big time for that. 97, 96, 95. This is a different era in college football. Michigan hasn't done it in 20 seasons. I am saying false. They'll have at least one game, if not more. Want to know from you guys. True, 1 for true, 2 for false. If you type it false, that means you think they're going to give up over 30 points in a game this season. All right, that was Michigan football. True or false? Hope you had fun with that one, and we will see you next time.